Okay, DarinSteen here with Fire Informed Glass, doing a little demo on how to make an apple. Start yourself, preheat your red tubing. 50.8 millimeters is what I like to use. Take your punchy rod here, heat up your end on the blank tube. Called punching together. Gives you your free hand. So melting that in, getting all your valleys and nooks out of there, no air bubbles preferably. Get that all lined up. I usually like to use my rollers on things like this. Gives you a little more control. Anyways, you notice I'm wearing my Oregon gear. Go Ducks. Taking down USC last weekend and seeing the best they can do against Stanford. Tough test. See if they can pull it through. Go Ducks. Alright, so we got that all lined up. You see? Take that over here to our rollers. Now we want to close our end here so we can punchy up with our punchy tube. Usually like to get this a little warmer before I do this, but this glass isn't that temperamental. So most of your tools that you're using here are graphite to manipulate the glass. It's called a paddle. Notice its wear, nice and broken. Try to replace your tools at least every other year, but you know, pretty expensive, and I like to consider myself a little Fred Flintstone that I can get away with older tools. And alright, so we're starting to close this up a little bit, lightly applying pressure with the paddle. You want to close it enough to about the size what your punchy tube is. So you see I'm shutting it, pushing. Okay, got it where it is. Now, you don't need the rollers anymore. This is where your skills come into play. I just attached my punchy tube, and that allows me to blow through it. Now we want to create that seal, and basically if you're welding, you want to weld that seal. Alright, you can see. Nice and centered, just like that. Alright. Now we get that flame going. Be a little louder here. Now the center of this torch is anywhere about 4,000 degrees, and it looks like my hands are pretty close, but it dissipates really quickly. You got your ventilation system up above, sucking out your air. Now you can see it getting nice and orange. Start to work the glass, sorry. Start to work the glass, get it what we call a gather. So what we're going to do here is work the base, the bottom of the apple. Get what we call a gather going. And now obviously your bigger gather is going to be towards the top. We'll go back at the end and finish off the base. Alright, so we got the bottom done. Now let's go up and work at the top. Now don't go right into the top. You want to pre-warm it up. You know, there's a lot of stress in this glass. You go right into it, it's going to break on you. Take your time, make the correct weld. Go slowly into your gathers. So here we are, working at the top. You kind of see I'm flipping it back and forth. The glass gets hot, gravity's going to take over. It's going to want to go down. Now if I stop turning right now, this thing would just fall. So, get the gather. Give a little blow here first. almost there. Very, very warm. Alright. About the right shape. Happy with that. Let's go in and work the top. Now, it may look like I'm doing this awfully fast, and I am. I'm trying to make a video here. Show you what you can do once you have 15 years of experience. And a love for apples. Parents used to own a apple orchard. They don't make as much money since the Chinese came in and planted all their orchards, but now we're mostly known for our grapes. Parents have a vineyard. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of hard work. There we go. We're pretty happy with where we're at on the top. As you can see, nice little shape. Love that red color. And your color red's going to come from your gold, so obviously it's going to be a lot more expensive nowadays, especially. Shit, you invested in gold, you're doing really good right now. Alright, so we're working the top, got it all nice and melted in. Get ready to do our little stem push here. The last thing you do on the top. See, I'm using gravity again. It's really the best way to go about doing it. Grab your butterscotch, makes a perfect little top. And then I'll add a pre-made little green leaf. Now, you may ask, what's this other than a paperweight? Well, I was going to go into teaching myself, and you know, they got their Crystal Apple Awards every year. It means something to me for my hometown being agricultural based. Just love to do it. Now, here's the green leaf, preheated on my kiln, my kiln right now, which is basically your cooking oven of the glass. Right now it's about 1100 degrees Fahrenheit. So, preheat up this leaf, attach it to the top here. Ah, beautiful. Look at that. Now we'll melt that in a little bit, tack it on so it's a little more stable than just off there at the top. This is one of my favorite things to do. So we get that going, and bam, just like that, a little emerald. Now we go in here and we'll grab the top with what's called claw grabbers. And these enable you to come in and grab the top, which is very, very hot right now, and start working that bottom. So now I'm kind of pulling off heat in the bottom, and then we're going to set her down. Now obviously this is solid. We want to blow out a little hole. There we go. Now we basically just put the hole to the sides, come over here, start creating your base. Now I like to finish it off with a little extra touch. You know, you notice the bottom of the apples have these little indentations, and get my little tool here, which is just a dentist cleaning tool. Make sure this all fits in there. Push it up a little bit. Alright. Beautiful. Alright, come over here and put my little indentations in with my tool. There we go. And there she is. Completed project. I like to come in and grab her with my gloves. This is just a rawhide. This is my Kevlar glove. Obviously, it's been through a lot of use. Thank you very much, guys. Peace. Thank you very much, Fire Informed Glass.